Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
What did you just say?
I said, ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas นะ
Yeah.
คะก็ต้องบอกว่าเป็นเทปพิเศษของเรากับช่วงเดือนของคริสต์มาสนะคะ so we are going to talk about Christmas
Because it's Christmas, right?
yes that's
Yeah.
right that's right so you know earlier we talked about the fact that sometimes in cafes in Thailand or even in restaurants or even in shopping centers they tend to have like Christmas trees or use Christmas songs before the real date.
Too early.
Too early. What do you think about that?
Well, it's quite bad in England because Christmas is like the best time of year for business. So every year it seems or it feels like the shops get ready for Christmas earlier and earlier and earlier. I think usually the Christmas music in England in shops and restaurants starts in November after Halloween.
Okay.
But in Thailand, sometimes I've noticed Christmas music playing in cafes in June.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Though, occasionally.
Yeah.
I think the reason that they start, the Christmas so early because of its, what's the word? Commercial, right?
Yeah.
Commercial purposes
Sure.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So let's say if I want to sing a Christmas song right now, let's say we are in November, what's going to happen to me if I sing Christmas songs
In November?
earlier in November? Or maybe in July, for example.
Oh, July's really weird. November.
Is it weird?
Yeah. It is in English culture. It's maybe even potentially seen as unlucky.
Unlucky. Even
Maybe.
unlucky.
Could be. There is some superstition, and we've talked about that before, superstition,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So there's some superstition in England that if you leave your Christmas decorations, like here, up in January, then it's bad luck.
Wow.
I can't remember the exact date, but people see it as bad luck.
Fair enough. Anyway, let's talk about Christmas because I know that you love Christmas
I
so
love
much.
Christmas. I love it.
Yeah, so what does Christmas mean to you as a British person?
Okay. For me, it is a time for family. And it's also a time for eating.
Eating.
Yeah, we eat a lot of food at Christmas.
What do you eat? Ice cream.
Well, traditionally not ice cream, but maybe some people do. Because you have to remember, Christmas is cold in England. It's the winter, right?
Yeah. Snow and stuff as well.
Can't sometimes, not so much as in the past, but sometimes. Well, it was snowing one year when we arrived in December in London.
I can't remember.
Maybe 2 years ago.
2 years? I have no idea.
But yeah, it's like family and presents.
I love
Ooh,
presents.
like this kind of thing.
I love presents so much. The reason that I go to England with you,
It's just for the presents.
it's just because of that.
Yeah.
That's not true. That's not true.
So for
at
me,
all.
it's presents. It's special food at Christmas. It's all the decorations, like the tree and like different things. And also TV at Christmas is like, there's Christmas television. That's quite nice as well.
So maybe it's probably one of the biggest and the most important
Yeah.
events for you, right?
Well, it's probably the biggest holiday in England. Yeah, Christmas. It's like pretty important.
That's
yeah.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
You know, because you and I, both of us live in Thailand.
Correct,
So,
yeah.
but we usually go to England in December.
That's correct.
For like 2 weeks.
Yes.
Just for that.
So this is our fake Christmas today. Because we would normally be in England on Christmas Day.
That's true.
Ah.
That's true. You know, I feel really nice when I go to England around Christmas time. I don't know why. Probably because of the vibe.
And also, I'm lucky because I have a good family. We all get along well. I think Christmas can be difficult for people that... it can be quite lonely, I think, for some people. If you don't have good family, it can be lonely.
Yeah, that's true. So are there any specific traditions that you follow every year when it comes to Christmas time?
Oh, for sure.
Tell me about it.
Okay. Well, children in England, when they wake up in the morning, Father Christmas or Santa has come to the house and left a sack or a big sock of presents at the end of their bed.
Oh.
But I'm lucky because I'm still a child at my parents' house and I still get
In your head.
a stocking of presents in the morning from Father Christmas.
So you must like that a lot.
I love it. Yeah. You've had a stocking as well.
For sure, I love it.
Yeah.
So what kind of things or what kind of presents
Well,
do they put it in the sack?
So families in England, they all have their own little different traditions. Okay. In my family, we open presents from Father Christmas in the morning, quite early normally. And they're like kind of like little silly presents. And then we always have a big lunch with all the family. And then in the afternoon, we open kind of like bigger, maybe a little bit more expensive presents or presents from relatives, not Santa.
Ah.
Yeah, so
I
that's
really like this
one of the
part.
traditions. Yeah.
Nice. And
Yeah.
after that, what happens?
People drink alcohol usually. I don't, but a lot of people do at Christmas, and they eat a lot of sweet things as well. Ice cream, Christmas cake, mince pies, just so many things.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah. So I think apart from celebrating Christmas at home, right? I think there's something happening in London as well.
There maybe is
Hyde Park Winter Wonderland.
Did we go there?
Yes, once.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did. We went like really early, and there's no one there. Or what?
No.
It was snowing.
There
It
were
was
a
snowing.
lot of people. There were a lot of people.
And it was snow.
Yeah, it was snowing. And for me, it was really, really cold. So when
Yes.
I remember when I went in there, I was like, wow, this is amazing. There's so many shops, right? And the decoration.
It's like a market, right?
Yeah. But I think you kind of have to pay money to get in there.
Probably. Really? Did we pay?
I think so. Yes, of course. We did pay.
Oh,
We did pay.
We did pay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you think about it?
About Winter Wonderland?
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. But you have to remember, for me, it's a bit like when a foreigner, comes to Thailand, right? And it's Songkran. And you've done like 1 million Songkrans. So Songkran for you is like, yeah, it's kind of okay now, you know. But for a foreigner, it's like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So Winter Wonderland for me is maybe a little bit like Songkran for you. It was kind of a bit, I'm kind of like, I've seen it a lot. That kind of thing.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Well, apparently it's a big thing in England. Anyway, you know, usually we will go to England for Christmas, but there were a few times we didn't go to England. I think we were in Thailand and, you know, I don't know, several
It's too
places.
hot, isn't it? It doesn't feel right to be in Christmas in the heat.
So for you, what are some of the key differences you've noticed between Christmas celebrations in the UK and other countries, especially in Thailand?
Okay. Well, the main difference is the temperature, for sure.
Yeah, because Christmas and snow come together.
Yes, that's true. But then also Australia, it's summer. So they have Christmas on the beach. But other differences are, well, almost all English people celebrate Christmas, whereas I would say maybe most Thai people have heard of Christmas, but they don't really understand Christmas exactly. Would you say that's true? Or
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because it's not Thai culture, right?
Sure.
So this is why the way Thai people celebrate,
It's different.
it's different.
Yeah.
From how English people do
Because, the ring. Technically, Christmas is a religious festival. Although most English people now are not religious, they still celebrate Christmas because it's cultural.
It's great too.
Yeah, it's great. Presents, food, cake, families, holiday. It's just great. Why would you not celebrate it?
Yeah.
But technically, it's a religious festival.
We remember that one year we didn't go to England, so we went for a very nice buffet in a hotel instead.
Okay.
But it's like seafood buffet.
Yeah, it's
It's
not
just
right.
so different.
It should be turkey, roast potatoes, vegetables, or that kind of thing. Or maybe if you're a vegan, then not a turkey. Maybe a vegan turkey.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Like something like that.
Nice. So from your memory, what was the best Christmas you've ever experienced?
That's a really good question. Obviously, when I was young, it was amazing. It was so amazing that, how I always wake up early and I jump out of bed because I can't sleep in. Christmas is like even more
crazy.
Is even crazier like that. Like I'm so excited that it's difficult to sleep, and then I wake up very early and like run downstairs.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit like that now. So when I was a kid, it was like more extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the best present you've ever received on Christmas? Video games?
Do you know what? Maybe
Trip
video
somewhere?
games. No, it was more like maybe Lego or something when I was a kid. But Christmas as a kid was really amazing. And then when I got a bit older, it was fine. It was, nice. But now that I have a lot of small nieces and nephews, it's now really exciting again because I get to look at them.
Look at their reactions when they receive the presents.
Yeah, exactly. And they're really excited.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And also, like in the morning, I think in the morning, your parents always go to church.
Yeah, correct.
Right? In the
Yeah,
morning
they
to do
do.
something.
Yeah, because it's they're quite religious, so it's part of the culture to go to church. Yeah.
So I remember that, we also have, what's it called? Roasted dinner for lunch.
We it is roasted, but we don't use the past tense
What's
of
it
roast.
called? Roast dinner.
No, technically you're right. It is a roasted dinner, but no. Technically you're right, but like grammatically you're right. It is a roasted dinner, past tense of roast, but we don't call it that. We call it a roast dinner.
A roast dinner.
For some reason.
But you have a roast dinner, like in the lunchtime. Not.
Do you know
for your
what?
dinner
Some
time.
families have their main dinner in the evening, actually. But we always have it for lunch. And you know what? Most of Europe, I think, celebrate Christmas on the evening of Christmas Eve. But the English, they do it on the 25th. Whereas, like, I know the Scandinavians, maybe the Germans, maybe a lot of Europe do it the day before, I think.
And why do people celebrate Christmas?
Well, that is a good question. Christmas now is celebrated because of its Christ Mass. So Christ as in Jesus Christ from the Bible. So it's his birthday. It's celebrating the birth of Jesus, who Christians believe is the Son of God.
I see.
So it's religious. But technically, historians believe that Jesus was probably born in August. And so then the question is, well, why is Christmas on December the 25th? And the most likely reason for that is that before Christianity came to England, England was pagan. The pagan belief, which is a worship of like the animals of nature, the sun, the moon, more like the natural elements. And so we had a festival probably around that time of year, called like a winter festival. Maybe the shortest day. The shortest day on our planet is December the 21st. And the more north you go, right, the northern hemisphere, the daylight gets shorter and shorter and shorter. So as you know, on the 21st of December, there's not very much light in England. Like the sun comes up at maybe 9 a.m. and the sun sets at maybe like 4 p.m. It's very, very short. So there would have been a pagan festival around that time of year. And when someone really likes a festival and they want to introduce a new religion and they want to get rid of an old religion, instead of taking away their holiday, they swapped the meaning.
Interesting.
So there was probably always a festival on the 25th of December. In the past, it was pagan, and then it became Christian. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know a lot about
I know a bit about Christmas.
Because you were obsessed with it.
The next question is, who on earth's Father Christmas? And what does he have to do with Jesus?
Exactly.
Nothing. He has nothing to do with Jesus. He was like a Northern European, like, shaman or something who would like put presents down the chimneys for the children when the snow was very high around the houses. And it would be like food and things like that. Yeah.
You know, the other thing I really like about Christmas is sales.
The Boxing Day sale.
Boxing Day. It's like, oh yeah. So a lot of things are on sale, right?
And England has really good sales, right? It's not like 5% discount. It's like half price on everything.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's what I really like about
Of
going
course.
to England. You can order stuff online or you can even go to the
That's
shops,
true.
right?
Yeah.
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 So how has the way people in the UK celebrate Christmas changed over the years?
Well, that is a good question. It's probably become more commercial.
In what way?
In the way that probably 100 years ago, or maybe 200 years ago, people were not so obsessed about like buying a lot of material things, you know, like they might not have. People now, I think, generally, people probably spend more money than they can really afford.
Because I remember that last time your mum said Christmas trees are getting more expensive. So
that's possible.
Inflation rate and stuff like that.
I think everything's getting more expensive.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it will do, right? As we get less resources and more people, the price of things will go up.
Yeah.
And also printing money as well doesn't help inflation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the point is the reason that we have Christmas celebration is because you want to see your family. It's all about relationships. It's all about family.
Sure. For me, it is. It's all about family, the food, being together.
Yeah.
Presents are nice, but I think the presents are maybe more for the kids these days. You know?
True.
Yeah.
I still want presents. Can you give
I
me
like
some
presents, but for me, yeah, of course. But I think for me, it doesn't matter what the present is. It's just like the excitement of opening it.
Really?
Not knowing what it is. I mean, obviously, if I get a rubbish present, it's not as good as a good present.
But you just said you love to open the present.
I do
not the present itself.
Yeah, well...
That's not true.
It's maybe not true. It's possible.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, it's because today's podcast is really special. You know, we do this for Christmas. Would you like to say anything to our students?
Hi. Happy Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah, like ho ho ho.
I don't know. Have you got any more questions for me?
No, I don't have any.
You don't have any more questions
for you? No, this is like a very short one.
It's a short one today.
Yeah, that's true. Because we do this because we want to celebrate Christmas.
Well, can I ask you a question about Christmas?
Yes, you can.
What's your favorite thing about Christmas?
Presents.
Really? Okay. What's your second favorite thing about Christmas?
Everything about it, actually.
That is such a bad answer.
Presents.
So just the presents.
Just
That's
the
all
presents.
you like.
No, seeing your family for sure. That is the main thing.
It's
That
too
is
late.
the main thing.
It's too late now.
No.
You can't swap it now.
Yeah, so anyway, yeah, that's all for today, really.
All right.
We just come and talk about Christmas and stuff like
Okay,
that because
sure.
we live in Thailand
That's
and
true.
a lot of our students might not know what they do, you know, on the day, right? Yeah, so thank you so much for
Welcome.
coming to the show today.
Okay.
แล้ววันนี้เราก็มาเป็นพอดแคสต์แบบสั้นๆนะคะนักเรียนมาพูดคุยเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของคริสต์มาสนะคะก็ก่อนอื่นเลยครูหวานก็ต้องขอ Merry Christmas กับนักเรียนทุกคนด้วยนะคะ and what would you say to our students?
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
ก็วันคริสต์มาสนี้ขอให้นักเรียนของครูหวานครูทอมทุกคนเนี่ยขอให้มีช่วงเวลาที่ดีนะคะขอให้ใช้เวลาแบบเขาเรียกว่าอะไรอะพักผ่อนชิลๆหรือว่าใครจะออกไปเฉลิมฉลองที่ไหนก็ขอให้สนุกแล้วก็มีความสุขมากๆด้วยค่ะ
Are you asking them what to comment on the video?
No,
or
not
something?
yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can if you want.
I would like to know if anyone has any questions about Christmas that we can answer in the comments, like reply to or something.
That's true. Or even your experience.
Yeah.
ประสบการณ์ของ
Or
เรา
like,
ก็ได้
what do you like about Christmas in Thailand?
That's true. That's true. I mean, you don't have to fly to England or any other country just for this. You can celebrate Christmas in
You
Thailand.
can open your fridge and put on a Christmas hat and pretend you're in England.
What are you talking
For the cold,
about?
put the aircon on maybe.
Maybe the aircon is
Maybe
better.
just very cold aircon and
Yeah.
watch Christmas movies. Oh, I love Christmas movies.
Oh, Christmas movies.
Yeah,
Christmas
that's the
เป็นหนัง
best.
เกี่ยวกับแบบวันคริสต์มาสอะไรอย่างเงี้ยแล้วก็นอนอยู่บนโซฟาเปิดแอร์เย็นๆ
Yeah, Home Alone.
Home Alone โอ้ยคริสต์มาสจริงๆเลยแหละโอเควันนี้ขอบคุณนักเรียนทุกคนมากๆนะคะแล้วเดี๋ยวยังไงครั้งหน้าเรากลับมาเจอกันใหม่ไปแล้วค่ะ Merry Christmas ค่ะ Bye Bye
Bye.